Get ready for a whirlwind of combat sports news. UFC Hall of Famer Guida is singing the praises of Mike Malott ahead of his massive clash with Gilbert Burns. Plus, Nickal is calling out Colby Covington for a White House showdown. And get this, Dana White is planning an absolutely massive UFC event at the White House with 85,000 free tickets. But there are some serious security concerns swirling around it. Finally, we dive into the incredible backstory of Mike Malott, the fighter who almost walked away from the sport but is now headlining a historic UFC event. You don't want to miss this. Hit that like, subscribe, and ring the bell.
Never run out of battery again with the INIU portable charger, the slimmest 10,000 mAh power bank that keeps your devices charged on the go. Stay powered up wherever you go. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
UFC Hall of Famer Guida has revealed some incredible insights into Mike Malott's journey, praising his tenacity and skill ahead of his fight against Gilbert Burns. Guida, a veteran himself, shared his admiration for Malott's resilience, noting that many fans might not be aware of the challenges Malott has overcome. He highlighted Malott's transition to the 170-pound division, emphasizing his impressive size and technical prowess, even recalling a time when Malott was fighting at much lighter weight classes. Guida mentioned that Malott nearly gave up on his MMA career due to injuries, but with encouragement to focus on his strengths and drop the grueling weight cuts, he found renewed motivation. This shift led to a string of victories, culminating in his UFC debut and subsequent success. Fans are buzzing about Malott's resurgence, with many impressed by his dedication and the support from fellow fighters like Guida. The narrative of an athlete overcoming adversity to reach the pinnacle of their sport always resonates deeply. Don't go anywhere, because what Guida reveals next about Malott's path is truly astonishing. And speaking of fighters making waves, get ready for a potential blockbuster clash as Nickal throws down a gauntlet. Nickal isn't backing down from his challenge to Colby Covington, even suggesting a fight at the White House could still happen. Despite Covington's public frustration about not being on the upcoming card, Nickal maintains that the fight is still possible, stating he hasn't signed his contract yet. Nickal believes Covington deserves a spot on the White House event and proposed they could both call UFC management together to make it happen. He also commented on Covington potentially moving up to middleweight, suggesting the matchup makes perfect sense given their animosity. Nickal confidently expressed that a fight between him and Covington would be a one-sided affair, likening it to leading a lamb to slaughter. He understands Covington's hesitation, suggesting the former interim champ might be avoiding a guaranteed loss, but also points out the unique opportunity a White House event presents. Could this controversial fight actually go down in history? But the White House isn't just the stage for potential personal rivalries. It's set to host a massive UFC spectacle. Dana White is pushing forward with a monumental UFC event at the White House, promising an unprecedented 85,000 free tickets, but significant security concerns loom. The planned June 14th event, dubbed Freedom Fights 250, in honor of America's 250th anniversary, will feature a lightweight title bout between Ilia Topuria and Justin Gaethje. While VIP and military personnel will occupy 5,000 seats on the South Lawn, the vast majority of fans will receive free tickets for viewing areas in adjacent Ellipse Park, potentially watching on large screens. The UFC is reportedly footing the entire $60 million bill for this ambitious undertaking. However, the event faces scrutiny due to ongoing geopolitical tensions, particularly the war with Iran. Prominent figures like podcaster Joe Rogan have voiced fears that the gathering could become a target for pro-Iranian terrorists, citing recent attacks and expressing skepticism about security measures. Rogan described the event as potentially being a magnet for trouble. Despite these concerns, UFC officials are committed to proceeding, emphasizing robust security protocols. Adding to the drama, former UFC fighter Colby Covington has publicly campaigned for a spot on the card, expressing a desire to fight in front of President Trump and emphasizing his need to earn money. His plea highlights internal discussions and potential matchmaking decisions within the UFC. These security fears add a layer of uncertainty to an already historic event. But beyond the security debates, one fighter's incredible comeback story is taking center stage. UFC Hall of Famer Guida has offered a glowing endorsement of Mike Malott, detailing his remarkable journey and skill set ahead of his significant fight against Gilbert Burns. Guida spoke highly of Malott, emphasizing that many fans may not fully grasp the fighter's backstory. He highlighted Malott's imposing physical presence, noting that despite competing in lighter weight classes earlier in his career, he's now a formidable 170-pounder. Guida recounted his initial surprise at Malott's size when they trained together at Team Alpha Male, with Uriah Faber confirming Malott fought at lightweight. Guida praised Malott's technical ability and coaching skills, describing him as a great leader. He revealed a critical period where Malott, dealing with injuries, almost retired from MMA. Guida, along with others, advised Malott to stop focusing on difficult weight cuts and explore the 170-pound division, a move that revitalized his career. Following a couple of wins on the regional scene, Malott quickly earned a UFC contract and has since built an impressive record. Malott's rise is a significant storyline, especially as he's set to become the first Canadian to headline a UFC event since June 2020. Fans and analysts alike are discussing his impressive performances and the potential of his matchup with Burns. This story of overcoming adversity is truly inspiring. But what happens when the cameras turn to potential future matchups and even a fight at the White House? And that's a wrap on today's explosive news. We saw UFC legend Guida hyping up Mike Malott before his big fight with Gilbert Burns. We heard Nickal calling out Colby Covington for a potential White House showdown. We learned about Dana White's massive 85,000-ticket UFC event at the White House, amidst serious security concerns. And we got an in-depth look at Mike Malott's incredible journey from almost quitting to headlining a major UFC card. Don't miss any of the action, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, drop a comment below, and follow us on all social media platforms for more.